This all went down last Christmas, and I'm still wrapping my head around it. My name's Emily, I'm 34, and I work as a senior editor at a major publishing firm in the city. I've been there 6 years, and the pay is solid. Enough to buy my own place 3 years ago, drive a nice car, and travel abroad a few times a year. I love exploring new places, and I always brought my family along for the ride. My parents, both in their mid-60s, and my younger brother, Jake, who's 29, joined me on these trips. I covered everything: flights, hotels, dinners, you name it. It never felt like a burden because I thought we were tight. My parents live about an hour away in the suburbs. Dad was a mechanic until he retired 2 years ago, and Mom worked as a librarian until she quit 6 years back. Jake, well, he's never quite found his footing. He's bounced between jobs, bartender, freelance photographer, odd gigs here and there, and often needed a little cash to get by. For the past 4 years, I've been helping them financially. I've been paying their $1,300 monthly mortgage through an automatic transfer from my account. It seemed like the right thing to do since Dad's pension barely covered their bills. I also added them to my work's health insurance plan, great coverage they couldn't afford otherwise. It wasn't cheap, but I figured it was worth it. Christmas was always a big deal at my parents' house, a tradition we never skipped. So I went all out shopping for gifts. I got Dad a high-end fishing rod he'd been eyeing, Mom a gorgeous necklace and earring set, and Jake a sleek leather jacket he'd been raving about online. I packed the gifts into my car and drove over, excited for the day. When I pulled up, the driveway and street were packed with cars, more than usual. I spotted my Aunt Susan's minivan, Uncle Tom's sedan, and my cousin's vehicles. Apparently, they'd invited the extended family without telling me. Odd, but I brushed it off. I grabbed the gift bags and headed to the door, hearing chatter and laughter inside. I knocked. Mom answered, but her face was stone cold, not her usual warm smile. She didn't move to let me in. "Hey, Mom, Merry Christmas," I said, holding up the bags. "I've got everyone's gifts. Looks like a full house." She just stood there, blocking the doorway, staring at me like I was a stranger. "Emily," she said, her voice sharp, "you need to go." I blinked, confused. "What, Mom? It's Christmas." "What's going on?" "You're not welcome here," she said, loud enough for everyone inside to hear. "You're a freeloader, and we don't want freeloaders at our family gathering. Get out." It felt like the air had been sucked out of me. I glanced past her and saw Jake in the living room, snickering. Dad was behind him, chuckling too. My aunt, uncle, and cousin stood there, smirking like they were watching a reality show. "Mom, what's this about?" I asked, still clutching the gift bags. "What did I do?" "You know what you did," she snapped. "Now leave before I call the cops." I stood frozen for a moment, staring at them. Jake was still laughing, Dad looked smug, and no one, not a single person, spoke up for me. I didn't cry or yell. I didn't throw the gifts or make a scene. I just gave Mom a small smile, turned, walked back to my car, and drove home. The hour-long drive was a blur. I felt numb, like this was some bizarre dream. When I got home and sat in my driveway, reality hit. My own family had just humiliated me in front of everyone, called me a freeloader, and kicked me out of Christmas. I went inside, grabbed a bottle of Merlot I'd been saving, and poured a generous glass. Sitting on my couch, I tried to make sense of it all. Then it clicked. A phone call from Jake a month earlier. He'd called all hyped up about this new girlfriend he'd met at a club. She's perfect," he'd said. "She's from a wealthy family, super sweet, and I think she's the one." "That's awesome, Jake," I'd said. "I'm thrilled for you." "Yeah, and she wants to take me on this insane trip to..."
For complete story, follow the given link below. Please like and subscribe Meesha's Quest Tales for new stories.